Hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Today's episode 82. This is a live recording of the Client by Client podcast. We'll get started here in a little under a minute. For my current clients, past clients, friends, family, even the haters, I got love for everybody. Throw me some emojis. Let me know what's going on. This is your first time here, maybe first time meeting me. I would also love to say hello. Drop me a number one into the live chat or in the comments, wherever and whenever you're consuming this show on Apple Podcasts and over on Spotify. Today, episode 73 went live talking about why every message matters. So many coaches, so many of you are wasting time in between, precious time, precious airtime you have with an individual prospect, and you might just be losing them because of what we talked about. So I make the case for why every message is so important with your prospects, what to do to tighten that up so that you get more clients from the leads you have flowing in. And if you could just tighten that up, your work goes so much further and you wind up with more clients every single month. Today, we're talking about the fast track to serious money with online coaching. That intro out of the way, let's hop in and let's get this started. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In the last episode, episode 81, we talk about why the circumstances are never perfect to start or grow your online coaching business. When you think about what's happened over the last few years and what's changed in the world, and when you consider all of the fear-based marketing happening on the news, on social media, when you consider that life typically doesn't get any simpler without getting extremely intentional, and life doesn't typically expand before you contract your focus, I make the case for in your business why the best time to have started was 20 years ago, but the next best time, whether you're starting or growing, is today. Many of you are at the starting line in your online coaching business, and a lot of you have been doing this for 3, 4, 5, 7 years, and you still feel like in many ways you might be at the starting line. I give and I make the case for what to do considering the world is never perfect. It's far from it. And give you some motivation and some mojo for getting started, for keeping going, for taking that next step in your online business. So be sure to backtrack one episode so that you can hear everything about why the circumstances aren't perfect and what to do instead. Here in today's episode, I want to talk about the fast track to serious money with online coaching. Let's hop straight in, square into it, and let's talk about getting you on the fast track. The first thing that you need when it comes to getting on the fast track with serious money, really, I didn't write this in my notes, but it comes down to some leverage. You guys hear me talk about that word, very nebulous word in the online coaching space. You hear that my free group, my community is called the Leverage Coach Community. Plug. If you're not in there yet, message me the word group wherever you're watching this. I'll get you a free invite. Well, in order to get leverage in your online business and to actually bring that word to life, you really need to have the right model. And because this is an audio podcast, we don't have the wherewithal to draw this out here together, I have resources for you in the Leverage Coach group to help you to really dial this in. And this is really just a diagram on a napkin that helps simplify your online business and gives you the 3 or 4 parts of your business so that you know exactly what areas to be focusing in on. And we break it all down for you so that you can just copy and paste what we do over in the Get Clients program. And so that as time goes on, you can actually modify this and create your own model as your experience and as your expertise grows as an online coach. But you need a model that you're in love with, because when you get this right, this carries you into the next 10 years in your online business. And so whether it is a group model, which I am an extremely big advocate of, or it's a hybrid model in between group and one-on-one, or it's a one-on-one or even VIP style virtually or in-person online business, you need a model that you absolutely love. And when you settle on and discover and find that right model, you'll be so much more in enjoyment of growing your online business. And I think that there's something to be said for you really being inspired by your business, inspired by your work, and having such a simple model that you can really get behind and grow for the next 5, 10, 15 years of your online business. So the first thing you need when it comes to getting on the fast track is you need some leverage. And that means finding and coming across and installing and building off of a model that you love. Second is you need a niche that you can thrive in. And I want for you to have, if you haven't already from listening to the last 82 episodes of this show, let's have a little mindset shift around what a niche is, because this is another one of these nebulous things in online marketing. A niche is very simple. It is targeting one kind of person, the who, with one kind of problem. That's the what. You need who and what. Who you help and what problems you help them to overcome. The issue with the niche, and even me telling it to you and sharing it with you like this, where it's one problem for one person, is that you're going to have the inclination to really start to figure out, you're really going to have the inclination to try to make this pretty and polished, and you're going to want to make it sound like you help your clients get this really cool end result. And when we do that, we're already headed in the wrong direction, because you need to enter the conversation going on in your prospects' minds, and your prospects are thinking in problems. Yes, they would love to get to 20K a month, but what they would also really love is just some leads flowing in. Your clients would really like to have their dream body, but they're also just trying to figure out what to do to lose, the first 10 pounds so they can get to thinking about losing 30. So you have to start thinking in problems, and this all starts with your niche. You need to target one kind of person that has one very specific problem. The second thing that you need is a niche that you can thrive in. And when you get uber specific on who it is that you help and what problem that you help, there's something magical that happens in that you can now make a list of all of the places, blogs, podcasts, coaches, courses, and Facebook groups, Instagram accounts, social media accounts, YouTube channels that they're subscribing to and watching to. And when you have that intel, you can now go and exist in those places, go and add value to those places, pick the brains and look through the comments and look through the materials of those places to get further in their mind. And when you plop yourself in the center of those communities, you're all of a sudden surrounded with amazing people that you can help get results for. And when you're talking with them, whether it's in the DM or in person or on a sales call, when you stay grounded and present with the problems and you create a narrative and a whole conversation around the problems, now you have the recipe for consistently closing clients in. And that all starts with, your model, like we talked about in point number 1, that also starts with being inside of a niche that you can thrive in. Third is you need a source of leads flowing your way. And too many coaches will fail in their online business and have to go back to their 9-to-5 or take out loans and take on more personal credit card debt because they think that paid traffic is the next step. And I'm not ruling out paid traffic for you, but what I'm advocating for and rallying behind is you getting to 30K a month for 3 months in a row minimum before you think about going into paid traffic. And there are 2 far better sources of getting leads when you're below 30K a month that can catapult you if done right, if focused on, if grown, and the right strategies and the right mindsets are implemented and deployed, that can get you to think about paid traffic. And really, when you think about paid traffic, that is finding an ad specialist that is an expert in the niche already with other coaches in your space and paying them to do those things for you and to help you to set up the funnels and the tech, because doing ads well is a full-time job of learning it, let alone implementing it. And that just takes you away from what you need to be doing in your online business, which is solving problems, sharing your unique personality on one social media platform and making offers and invitations and turning suspects into prospects and warming those prospects up into sales. And that all starts with getting leads flowing your way. Now, a lot of people also want ads because they're trying to throw a Hail Mary pass. They're feeling like it's the fourth quarter and it just might be, and like they're down many points, and they just might be. But when you think about your career and the longevity of your career as an online coach, and I love the way Alex Hormozi positions this, is that winning is just you continuing on and not quitting. Winning is not some end result. And when you have that mental reframe, it can really start to change your targets and bring them down to a totally more attainable level. You do not need 100 leads flowing into your business right now. If you had 100 solid leads flowing into your business, you would end up doing what we call, if we're going to do another football analogy here, the Hail Mary is fumbling the bag and dropping the ball because you just don't have the systems, maybe even the skill set to manage that many leads. And so we got to start praying for a whole shit ton of leads And what we really need to start aiming for is just 3 or 4 warm leads coming your way every single day, or knowing how to create 3 or 4 warm leads. And what that all starts with is organic marketing on one social platform. So you're going to contract your focus to making one platform work really well for you, instead of scattering yourself across all of the platforms and trying to be everywhere doing reels and TikTok and lives and podcasts and images and photos and videos and clips and threads and written and all of these things, and just find one platform and one way to show your best personality. And you want to do that organically. Before you think about doing leads, there's also another cheeky little way of getting leads that gets you far more leverage than doing paid traffic and having to rely on the systems and the algorithms of and the budget necessary for paid traffic. And there's this concept of borrowing other people's money. This is like when you go to the bank to get a mortgage for a home. Most people would go and pull out a mortgage and they pay for the home over 30 years. Well, there's another concept that I'm such a big fan of, which is borrow other people's everything, including their audience. And so what this is about is joint ventures and partnerships. A couple points ago, in point number 2, in a niche that you can thrive in, so just the last point, we talked about when you find that one person with one problem, you can start to create a list and go to these places of Instagram accounts, social media accounts, YouTubes, Facebook groups, brands, podcasts, etc. And you can go and just insert yourself into those communities and exist and add value there. Well, with that list also comes with who owns those places. And if you make friends with the owners and the admins of those communities and those podcast hosts and those other coaches, and you build a relationship with them, what can then happen and manifest from there is doing a partnership with them, or maybe you feature them to your audience and their lead magnets or their offers, and they do the same for you in return. And this is so much better and so much more fun than paid traffic, because your leads are already in someone else's audience. And what better to do than just go and partner up with the owners and the coaches and the other admins of those audiences to put your offers in front of. It's way easier. It results with so many less buttons and dials you got to know to push and turn. And this can create a 10 to 100K immediate cash injection in your online business. So you got to be making relationships, and you got to be knowing where your audience is. Point number 3, you need a source of leads flowing your way. You only need a few of them. It all starts organic. Then you start to go to joint ventures and partnerships. And then when you get to 30K a month and you get that cash injection, you can actually go and hire someone to do the ads really well for you, so that you don't waste a bunch of money. And you'll waste far more money doing it yourself than you ever will investing in finding the right person who's already doing ads for the other coaches in your market and who's an expert at the audiences in your space, and just bringing them onto your team and paying them handsomely to do what their best work is. 4th, you got to get prospects closing you. This is all about sales, and sales is a listening game. And so what this really is about is mastering the art of asking really good questions, listening, and repeating. This builds off of this underlying layer here we've talked about of people with problems. When you can get them sharing with you about their problems, which if you know what to ask, people do not have enough time in the day to share with you all of the details and the problems that are coming with the details of those problems. And so what really good coaches do is they ask really good, deep questions that get their prospects sharing things with them that maybe they never even consciously thought, or they haven't ever shared with anyone else. And when you're the person that pulls that out of your prospects, they have found their next coach, and you just got your next client, and all you have to do is not blow it. And so if you want to understand more of the flow of a sales call that gets prospects closing you, then head back to episode 69 so that you can understand my 9-part framework for having sales calls and really good conversations. And also be sure to head back to episode 5, where we talked about how to stop chasing leads and really get them chasing you. So 2 more resources to help you along that journey. You have to listen. You have to ask good questions. Really good coaches do no sales. They get their prospects selling them. And when you do this, you don't need as many leads to be closing one new client every single week or getting 3 to 5 clients every single month. The math starts to work in your favor, and you get to stop worrying about getting your next client and investing that in paid traffic, which is going to be a waste of your time and of your resources already. So be sure to get this one right and understand what to do to get prospects closing you. Fifth, if you've gotten value from anything shared so far up to this point in the episode, it would mean the world for me to screenshot wherever you're watching or listening to the show, wherever you're consuming the show, and tag me at What Up Jeremy. Share it to your stories. I would love to reshare that and return the favor, and would love to feature you in front of my audience. That helps me reach more people, and that would mean the world to me along my mission of helping other online coaches to get to full time, to get to scaling, and getting to helping more people and making the impact that you know you're capable of. Fifth is all about where you're aiming. And yes, I want you getting 3 to 5 clients every month, but the game gets so much easier when you're doing that, but you're also aiming at keeping those clients for a lifetime. So fifth is all about lifelong clients. And so what I want you thinking about is let's solve one problem for your clients. And then as you grow your business, and this is for those folks who've been doing it already, you want to solve one problem, and you also want to make that next problem on their radar and create a pathway and create the systems and create the coaching models to help them to get there. And what ends up happening is that you can just discover on the sales call, on your initial sales call with your prospects before they become a client, is finding that one immediate problem that you're going to help them solve. And then when you help them to solve it, you help them to understand what the next problem is, and you resell them on staying in the program, keeping you as their coach, and continuing down your pathway because you already are getting them amazing results. Now they don't have to go anywhere else. They already have the community, the support, the accountability, and you as their online coach. And now you're going to help them solve further issues down the road and have the goods for them as you build your online business. And when you start to aim at this, you end up making your life so much easier because every second you have to go spend out marketing to find new clients is time you have to spend away from your current clients who have already paid or are currently paying you. And so it behooves you to aim at creating a lifelong customer out of them and helping them with their next problems and being the kind of coach that helps them kill that closest alligator to the boat and then helps them get ahead and kill the other alligators and crocodiles. And when you do this, you'll make the kind of program that they never want to leave. In the next episode of Client by Client, we're talking about when to go full-time as an online coach. So if you are not full-time yet in online coaching, you have not left your 9-to-5 yet, or maybe your online coaching business isn't at 15K a month yet, that magical milestone, we're going to talk about what to do to get there and when to actually do that so that you do the right steps in the right time. Because the worst thing that you can do is leave your job or turn your attention away from income flowing to you right now and focus on too much of or the wrong things in your online business and put yourself in scarcity and lack and need to go and do things outside of your coaching business to generate that income. So be sure to come back to tomorrow's episode to listen and to get that. Whenever you are ready, here are 3 ways I can help you grow your online business. Coaches, download your free copy of GetBookedCRM. Are you still managing your leads and pipeline from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, in the email inbox? Well, you're losing leads in the cracks and you're leaving a lot of money on the table every single month. That's why I created GetBookedCRM. What started out as a free way for me to manage my pipeline and turn suspects into prospects into paying clients and to manage that pipeline and that flow has quickly become a favorite tool of my private clients and of members in the Leverage Coach community. Get leads and turn them into clients in half the time. And right now, it's 100% free. All you have to do is find me on Instagram or wherever you're getting this episode and send me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got almost 1,000 coaches over in the Leverage Coach community where we're solving problems, getting clients, and creating systems around getting leads and warm prospects flowing your way every single day. Get access to me, access to other coaches from all over the world who are just a step ahead of where you're at the same step, navigating through the same problems and puzzles you're going through right now, or maybe a step or two behind where you're at right now. And it's my belief that all ships rise in a high tide. To get your invitation to join, all you have to do is send me the word group over on Instagram or wherever you're getting this episode. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple coaches together this month to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of 15K worth of new clients into your online business. But working with the right people is super important to me, so only respond to this. If you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the person ahead of the money, you've been coaching for at least 6 months to a year, or you're not brand new to online coaching, you'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically from Facebook or social media every single month without wasting money and time on paid ads, you have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or group, you are willing to take bold action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now, tap that Instagram app, find me at WhatUpJeremy, and send me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online business and your vision for the next year. And then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program and how we're already helping students from all over the world to implement my methods and my frameworks to get clients consistently every single month. We'll also identify what part of the program will likely have the biggest impact in your online business the soonest. That way you can know what to expect. All you have to do is find me on Instagram and send me the words case study. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Cheers. Don't know why I did that. We're getting jiggy. All right, team, go sell something. Enjoy the day. If you got value from this, drop me some emojis. Drop me the word fast track, 2 words, so I know you made it all the way through to the end and I can show you some love. All right, team. Cheers.